So let's go live on YouTube as well. So a lot of students are watching us, a lot of people are watching us. Guys, hello everyone. First of all, welcome for this session, right? And first of all, thanks Nikhil bhai for joining in at very short notice for the session out. And
Yeah, my
Reliance,
pleasure, my pleasure.
yes, Reliance is a company which is hiring this time very aggressively. LinkedIn खोलो
Yeah,
तो hiring दिखता है, right? WhatsApp group खोलो तो every second person is asking how to prepare for Reliance. And
Reliance.
how is the journey gonna be in my interview process? A lot of students are asking कि interview के questions बता दो. A lot of students wanted to know how was the culture of a Reliance. A lot of students are confused कि whether to join or not. So definitely we'll cover everything here. But before I start, thanks Nikhil for joining in at very short notice.
Yeah, thanks. Last GIR maybe I was actually for Reliance only, faculty for Reliance in GIR batch. So this
Right.
time I very like for YouTube I am very much excited.
Great. Great. So Nikhil, just wanted to know since you're working with Reliance, so how long you have been working with Reliance and how was your overall journey with Reliance? Just in a short.
Yeah, so I joined Reliance after I cleared in December 2021 through the campus in May 2022. And I
Okay.
joined Reliance in April 2022. And so there are I'm completing 2 years in this March in Reliance, and I'm like posted in our Reliance Corporate Park, Navi Mumbai, in Twin Tower. So that is the same office we are sitting in with Mukesh Ambani and the whole family. They are on, I think so, 6, 7 floors, and we are on 18th floor. So that is the
Yeah.
same building. So you will see them like going and coming on helicopter like morning and evening. So it's very good experience to actually see these people in reality.
ग्रेट 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 तो यू हैव बीन वर्किंग देयर फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 2 इयर्स मुझे तो लग रहा है तुमने पूरा ग्रेचुटी लेने का प्लान बना लिया है यहाँ से क्यों
The company is giving like good, like HR policies are good and they're giving so much perks and so much comfort that you don't want to leave the office actually. You just go to office, have like, they have all the amenities like Google and Infosys. You can go, you do gym, you do breakfast, you play games, do your work, and after that chill. Everything is like international level they are maintaining in their office.
Great, 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 great. So, Nikhil, just wanted to know, since you have covered your journey in short, definitely we want to know it in detail. But just wanted to know, since you said that you got shortlisted through campus, so there are two types of students. Those are going to be watching here. The first, the person those who is applying via campus. Second, the person who is applying off campus. तो मुझे ये जानना है कि कैंपस में क्या प्रोसेस होता है एंड ऑफ कैंपस में क्या प्रोसेस होता है तो फर्स्ट विल कवर द कैंपस प्रोसेस कि व्हाट इज द प्रोसीजर इन द कैंपस हाउ मेनी राउंड्स आर देयर and then we'll move to technicals after this.
So if I talk about the on-campus and off-campus difference, actually there is no difference.
Okay.
Actually, there is no difference. They will have the psychometric test first, and then they will give it a single interview. They will having like 3 or 4 people in the panel. One will be HR and two, three from business side. And there will be single interview. If I have connected to I think so more than 20 candidates who have been selected for Reliance off campus, and they all have said they just have a psychometric test, and after that they did exit.
हाँ.
Yeah. So basically, for off campus, there is only single round of interview which I have seen, and the interview is also quite basic. And on campus also it is same. They will have a psychometric test first. They will like get the good candidates and then have the single round of interview. And interview would be like a VP level interview. A VP level person will take your interview, and the interview is mostly based on a resume and the articleship.
Okay.
We are into very much
Mhm.
basics because my interview was also completely basic accounting and basic Indias. They are not deeping like they are not going through any deep into any Indias or any taxation rules, but they are going some only basic confidence. They are checking of the candidate. And the people who are not selected, I saw the trend that the people were not confident of themselves. I think so. And of course, Reliance have always shortlisted first attempters and rankers. So there was, of course, I would say, second or multiple attempters have faced difficulties in getting interview cleared.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
ठीक है. नहीं, so since we'll go again, wanted to know कि since you mentioned about a psychometric test, so what type of questions are generally asked in psychometric test and what is something or someone can prepare? अभी तो काफी सारे students का हो गया है, but still for the people those are going to be watching this on a future date, what all things are covered in a psychometric test if you remember it and what variety of questions a student need to prepare for?
So for the psychometric test, this is a basic aptitude test, I would say. They're asking logical reasoning and quant and English. That is, I think so, included in the CS syllabus also at foundation level. So that was the same thing which they were asking. But the thing is, as a CA, we have not prepared for that. Like, okay, because we had CPT, most of the people. Some people had foundation, but at this point, we are not learning that. So it was more of a person who had just on the spot calculations and everything. But the basic psychometric test, I think so. There was nothing like accounting and taxes are not tested in that.
Got it. Got it. Got it. For the people, those who want to practice it out right after this video is over, definitely you can check some of the psychometric and aptitude test is uploaded here. मतलब description में आपको links मिल जाएगा, which is gonna be helping you to prepare for it. Right. So don't forget to check the links in the description because there I will upload some free psychometric test which is uploaded in our website. Okay, you can definitely check it out. So after this is done, you said there is going to be one round of an interview on campus, off campus is going to be same. Now the question is ki, what type of interviews questions are going to be asked, right? That is what I wanted to highlight more on. Second, will I come to know for which role I am going to be plotted? And third, will I get to know that for which location I'm going to be plotted for?
Okay, so there are three questions. First, you asked what is the interview questions,
Yes.
and second is the role that Reliance is offering. There are two roles actually, and last is the location. So I will answer them one by one. So first of all, as I said in the interview, it is very basic. They will ask first, they will ask, tell me about yourself, and then you need to answer it like 1 or 2 minutes. They will give you time to explain yourself as much you can, and they will start cross questioning. Like they have always this thing. They start from you, what you have told about yourself. After that, if they're completed with this, they will start where you did your articleship and what was your in your resume, the keywords they always check. If suppose many of the candidates have written like we have did India's accounting or we have did GST compliances, they will ask basic questions of that. What are the returns we need to file? What are the things we need to mention in that? How we calculate that? And India's also they will ask like many of the candidates said they asked us it is 115. So they just told 5 steps and they didn't check any practicality on that because in other interviews we see that they get deeper into India's 115 or something. But in Reliance, the panels were not so much concerned about that. They asked the basic accounting entries and they started go on that. So interview was is basic. So I would say if anybody wants to prepare for interview, and actually I also started guiding candidates from last week to prepare for the interviews. And so most of the candidates I told them please prepare only 5 questions. First is tell me about yourself. Have a strong tell me about yourself. That should be flawless. I think so. There should be no need to actually create some hindrance into that. That should be flawless. Second is what about the company? So many of the interviews actually ask why Reliance only. This is a very basic question, and the question is so difficult. People are not able to answer that. I have seen
Achha.
many candidates. I've interviewed many candidates for many companies, and for Reliance only, they are not able to. They are saying just it's a Fortune 500 company, and we want to join that. They are a Fortune 500 companies. Why only Reliance? So that's next question, cross questioning they asked, and people the person is blank. So that actually creates a negative impression of you. So you should have a basic instinct, like you should go to the company's about section, and the basic things you actually taught in GIR also. That you go to about section, know about the company, know where it started and what is working in. So these are the basic things you need to go on. And after that, like read your resume and read your interview experience, everything. Oh, sorry, articleship experience. And last, I think so. One thing is which we need to actually take care about is why you are different from other charters. That is basically the mentality of the interviewer. So basically, they are merely interviewing 10 candidates, suppose, and they need to select one or two. So the interviewer is thinking that how can I reject 8 charters? All are same, all are charters. Attempt actually matters at the time of selection, but during the time of interview, you are a chartered and you are getting interviewed for that place. So they will test that what is different in you. Like if you can show that you have good observation skills, you have good critical thinking ability, or you have good impression, or you have good presentation skills. So I think so that actually matters, and the confidence you can have your answers, or the attitude you can display. So that I think so that people need to prepare more on that. So that will help them because I have seen multiple companies interviews and they all are going very basic right now because technically you cannot prepare something in 1 or 2 days. You have completely read your CS tables and cleared. And you cannot go through, like suppose if some person is going for audit role and we cannot say okay, you read whole audit and we can ask anything. That thing's not happen. You know something, you will be able to recall if you have basic knowledge. But the thing is you should able to present that in a most graceful manner. So that is the thing I would say. तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज इंटरव्यू तो वेरी बेसिक होगा एंड हो चुका है बेसिकली काफी कैंडिडेट्स का तो ऑफर्स भी आ चुके हैं. सो आई थिंक सो बेसिक पढ़ो एंड ये 5 क्वेश्चन पे प्रिपेयर करो company के बारे में जानना बहुत जरूरी है. Like suppose he is asking India's 115. So some of the candidates I guided. So I said that please use the Reliance example. How 115 applies on Reliance. Suppose you are in Reliance retail. So that will be very like everybody will be going to say there are 5 steps. What is you doing different in that? So if you give an example, okay, suppose we are in a Reliance mall and suppose we are selling something and how 115 will apply. So that is something which stands out, make you stand out from other candidates. So for interview, will be having our mindset, yeah, he's a good candidate to be selected. So this would be the interview process, or it will be basic. And second is the role. So there are two roles actually. One is the FC&A role, basically finance, compliance, and accounting, and the other role is techno role. So basically, as we are seeing that we are in transition into AI, like most of the people are knowing that CS will be in AI only now after some time. So what Reliance is up to? Reliance has openly declared that they will completely automate everything. They have almost automated everything, but now for the sake of everything, they want to automate. And for automation of accounting, taxation, and other compliances, they need the technical knowledge from the accounting and taxation perspective. So they want charters to actually collaborate with the developers who are working on Java, Python, or we say C++. So they want to collaborate with that CAs and those, and you need to make automations for that. So even I am in techno role only. So when I was hired during my campus, they didn't have that techno and FC&A bifurcation at that time. They just take 50 candidates and ask them that whether you want to go for techno. And I said I want to do coding or like something like that. So they selected me for techno, but now they have completely bifurcated. These 50 candidates will go for techno and these 50 or 100 will go for FC&A. FC&A means using the accounting and tools and compliances like filing of GST returns or accounting and adjustments and closing of the monthly books. But techno will completely do the automations, everything. Like suppose a purchase is happening at the Reliance retail mall, the same entry at the same time the entry will be posted in SAP in balance sheet, like automatically everything seamless transaction. If the payment is happening through cash, just at the evening, if the cash is collected at the bank, the same entry should be posted in the SAP books. There should be no reconciliation at hand. As you see, BRS should be done. Now BRS will be completely automated. So that is the basic techno role. But I would say that some CAs are actually, I would say, struggling with this role because they are not so tech savvy. So that's why if you see the pay structure now, the pay structure is kind of 11.25 fixed for both of the candidates and 1.25 is variable. But the techno role is having 1.5 variable retention bonus for 3 years. Why they are given that? Like why they are paying 1.5 every year, like total 4.5 lakh to a candidate, and then 1.5 will become a part of the main amount, the main fixed CTC. Why they have made this kind of pay structure for techno? Because they know attrition is high in techno. Why? Because CAs are not cope up with that IT structure. But I would say that like in future, after 5 years, you will not see the normal accounting we are happening today. At least in Reliance, we will not be having this kind of thing. We have completely automated almost everything, like almost everything. Even a single GST rule changed, we will create a new program for that. We will automate completely everything, like from ISD, from like distribution will flow seamless, recharge will flow seamless, purchase, sale, everything, GST calculation, everything is automated. So I think so techno role is very good for people because in the coming like Reliance is ahead of its time, right? It wants to capture the whole market. So if it wants to do that, it needs to be technology driven. Okay. So that's why they are doing that, and they don't believe actually on consultancy. If you see that many people actually hire Deloitte or multiple consultancy firms to automate everything, but Reliance is everything in house. They want to hire tech charters on their own. They want to hire developers on their own. They want to became everything in house. That is the thing in with Reliance. So that I've seen the trend that they are very much into in-house thing, and CAs who are actually joining in, they will be having huge exposure to direct analyst and higher middle management, if you would say, like the people who are actually working with the the owner of the company. So I think so that is very good role. So role second is role, and of course more appreciable. Like we are getting 4.5 lakhs extra for the same work or for the same thing, I would say. And the last is location. So I would say all the things which are they are all in central department. So they are saying central retail, central FC&A or hydrocarbons or anything. So they will give you the location at RCP only. If I would like to say that insider information, so they have created like around 37,000 seats extra in RCP. 37,000 workforce sitting capacity in RCP. So that's why they want every workforce on the same place, right? They want it in the same place. So that's why they will give you most of the like 90% of the candidates will go in Navi Mumbai RCP office, the place we are sitting. Okay, and I think so that is not a bad thing because you will be in a like a metro city and everything is available there. But the thing is that the exposure you will get in that team, like in that environment, the environment they created in RCP, that will be like life changing for people. That will not get in some office like normal office. You are having a single building and you are going for some chai and you will everything will get everything in RCP. Like you can wake up in RCP and sleep in RCP. That is kind of
Gotcha.
structure we have in Reliance. So
Nice,
that is like
nice.
if I would like to like uh, I would say brief the day of a person. They will go like in 6 o'clock in the office, do gym, take a bath there only, and then change their clothes, go to breakfast room. There are like multiple restaurants in the same building. Like I would say, I have in Twin Tower. So in the same restaurant, there is a floor like we stay at fourth floor. It is completely restaurant driven. There are like 50 restaurants in the same floor, 50 restaurants, and you can just have a breakfast, then go to work, and then chill out, like completely chill work. You will not able to like leave that company na. You are having such a environment there, the friendly environment which we know feel like we are going to office. So that is the thing I would say. Yeah.
Mm, nice, nice, nice. यार great यार मतलब you have motivated a lot of people कि आप तो Reliance ही आना है. But just also wanted to know कि how is a growth trajectory in the first role which you mentioned, which is more related to the finance role. कि if I join that role तो मेरा growth hierarchy क्या रहेगा, or will I be part of some funnel or a location where I'm working on some of the specific plant related work, or whether I'm going to be plotted to some very niche profiles like fixed assets में I'm looking forward to some depreciation only. तो उसमें growth कैसा होता है if you have seen, because you have into this industry almost for
So
2 years now. Yeah.
basically, if I would like to tell you, suppose you actually joined for accounting only. Okay, so accounting is a more general role. So we can see that the in accounting they will put you in some kind of accounting. So because on the first day you cannot handle actually everything. You need to get into fixed assets or depreciation. You will be handling depreciation for almost 20-25 subsidiaries of the company, right?
Okay.
You will understand that. They will give you time, and every year we have a very strong, I would say, learning program. Okay, how learning program is there every year, the ratings or I would say the appraisal is based on how you have learned in the year, not actually how you have worked in the year. The work which you have been assigned to you, that you need to do. But the thing is, suppose you are in fixed assets, so you will be having training sessions every week, like every week on Thursday or Friday in every team. That is mandatory, that you will be having a learning session. And the people, like suppose you are doing depreciation, some people will be doing amortization, or some people will be doing intangible assets, or some people doing current assets, right?
Hmm.
So people will give the KT means knowledge transfer, and they will develop the whole SOP and share it to you so that you can actually check in the production systems that how that thing is working. And you need to actually mention that in your appraisal cycle that you have learned this much things. You were working in fixed assets or in a depreciation, and you have learned these much things in the year. And next year you will be able to like circulate in different things. Like this year we will take fixed assets, and next year we will be doing something else. Okay, and the same thing which you have done fixed assets, you need to delegate to someone else, like some new joinee or something. So that is the learning structure. The learnings are huge, and the thing is, the more you learn, the more you will grow. As simple as that. So I think so that is the thing, and FCNA role is actually not so much restrictive as we think. Okay, so basically, if you are doing that fixed assets, if a company like Reliance, they are having multiple malls, multiple leases, leases and everything. So I think so that will be important in the retail industry. If you move out something to other related retail industry, the same thing will be happening in another company also. So I don't think so it is so much restrictive, and this is a good role to go.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. Also, for the people those who are looking to prepare for finance related stuff, we have also created a reading material on finance. Again, the same I'll be uploading in the description so that you can just check it out later. And that is going to be helping you to get an edge. But Nikhil, I've covered it nicely. You need to just prepare some basics and try to relate and talk more related to your CV, right? So that is one of the most important thing. Now, Nikhil, coming to the second role, which is related to technology. So, usme the variety of questions are different, and how does the growth is there in the technology side?
So interview will be the same. Interview
Hmm.
have no difference. Maybe they can test you more on the accounting knowledge, like deeper accounting knowledge. Like some
Hmm.
people, if you ask someone that how TDS entry is posted, they don't know. Like whether it will debited or credited, how will you RCM entry? Like RCM entry is almost no people will know that how if reverse charge, if we are purchasing in reverse charge, how will the GST will be calculated and how will we maintain the books? They don't know. So basically, these accounting entries they can ask in interview that I was tested on while my interview, and they are having the same pattern right now. but I would say the techno role is more on the IT side, and the growth structure is completely dependent on your learnings and your work actually. So
Got
suppose
it.
you are working on some new program, like they have said that you need to automate this process, like this part of the process you are owning and you are developing with the coder. I would say that we say them abappers. Okay, so basically if we are developing an SAP app, I am in SAP right now. Sometimes I will be changing into some another process with analytics or something. Okay, so basically in SAP you need to automate the whole accounting process for a particular issue. The business will bring you the issue that we suppose the government have a list like input service distribution, right? You need to distribute the ITC. Now there will be like multiple lakhs of invoices all over India. How will you manage that? That needs to be automated. So the person will be given the task. They will be given the we would say a complete prospectus that you need to create that. The business will give that this is a requirement. We want this accounting entry. We want to automate complete process. Like this is the document will be posted, and you need to actually process this through way, and you have to distribute in these states and everything. We need those options. So you need to think through that. You will be given the training for 6 months. You will be seeing multiple programs, how they are developed, how they have automated multiple processes right now, because complete GST is happening for automating. So you need to actually check out how they are working, how tables and everything in SAP is working. And you will be having a very huge view from the SAP point of view in comparison to the front end. So suppose you are in the front end, you will be just passing the journal or something. But in the back end, you actually know how the journal is passing, how is SAP working. So that's why they are, this is not actually but SAP consultancy role, because you are developing an SAP. So in techno role, the more thing is focused in on how you can actually automate things, how you can work with AI or something. So with analytics, actually, Reliance is getting AI into the business. So completely AI driven. How much time, like as we see in Amazon or some companies, like how much time person as a customer has spent on a website, or how much time they have saw this photo, video, how much they go in comments. They are reading everything. Okay, they are completely taking it part to Amazon, so that they are not behind in any way. So that things in accounting and taxation perspective, you will be coming in. You need to use your technical ability, because you are a CA. You know how accounting happens. So if you want to learn something new, you want to get ahead of the other chartered. They are doing normal accounting if you get into FCNA. But the techno role will be getting the whole view, how this accounting is happening in automatic way. So this is a new role, and actually not new role, but actually new for us chartered, because who has done like taxation and auditing. Even in Big Four, you will be doing the basic stuff like auditing and everything. You don't know how to create and new programs with AI. So that is the thing which is important. It is more tech savvy, but rewarding it at the same time.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. Right. So meanwhile, the audience, those who's watching us, right, जो भी देख रहे हैं, do not hesitate to put your questions in the chat box. We'll be happy to answer all those questions. Right. कुछ भी doubt है, anything which you want to ask, you can definitely ask. For the people those who are connected from a Zoom, if you want to ask a question, you just need to keep your videos on, and you just need to raise your hand. We'll also put you on a spotlight so that your questions are also covered. But meanwhile, students are posting question. निखिल भाई कोई ऐसी pro tip बताओ ना यार, जिससे रिलायंस में सिलेक्शन हो जाए यार. मतलब just give us some pro tip. By listening to that, I should be selected into Reliance.
Have an attitude that you are a CA. I have seen many candidates. Actually, if I would say last week only, I actually started guiding people, because I was thinking that how to guide people. There were like multiple messages in my LinkedIn DM that can you guide. So I said, okay, I started my YouTube channel and I posted at least 4 videos on that how get on a Reliance and everything. And then I started linking to people. And the people I started like guiding them. And now I have results both. Like some people are selected, some people are not selected. The difference was someone has taken the initiative. I said I will take mock interview for free. Last 2 weekends, I'm taking free mock interviews, like for multiple candidates. I've taken interviews for more than 30 candidates. Now those 30 candidates, they have been selected at some place actually, because they have taken the initiative. Now you are getting afraid. You are saying, I will not give the interview in front of you because I am afraid. I am not prepared. Like in the real interview, you will mess up. Definitely you will mess up if you're not practicing right now. So first thing is people are afraid of actually facing the truth that we are weak in communications, we are weak in presentation skills, and we need to develop that. They are not. They are saying, "I am CA. I no need to develop the communication." That is things don't work like that. You need to do work on that. The base interview is completely basic. There is nothing they are asking something like India 6116 का कुछ difference आप point उठा लिया, ऐसा नहीं है. They are asking completely basic stuff, but the thing is you are not confident enough to remember anything on in front of you. So the difference is basically this: people are taking initiative. People, if you, someone is helping you, but they are not actually responding, or they are not asking their questions. So suppose we have around 28 people in this meeting. There would be 8 candidates. They will be asking questions, like lots of questions, and there will be 15 or 20 candidates who will be not asking anything. They will be like only listening and listening. If you are not
Hmm.
actually expressing yourself, that makes a difference. I don't think so. There is something else that you can have a like pro tip के इसमें अब ये हो जाएगा तो हो ही जाएगा. But pro tip is you should be confident. You should have your attitude. You should have your presence that I am a chartered. People actually forget that after becoming chartered, they are a chartered. They're like अब तो सब chartered ही हैं, तो मेरे में difference क्या रहेगा? You need to find that ना. You something must be unique in everyone. Like, जैसे मैंने I found that I have lots of deep critical thinking ability. Like give me a problem, I will not leave it until I will solve it. Okay, I will keep it solved. So I use this in my workforce also. Also, like suppose you get into interview. So during interview only, you that is only 30 minutes. But after working, I am working like from last 2 years. Now I am getting like this knowledge that why this is important. Why you should identify what is your strength and what is your weakness. So
Hmm.
that is the thing.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. So I think that is what the pro tip is. It's all about boils down to your preparation. It's boiled down to how do you communicate, how do you present yourself, right? आपको अपने आप को बेचते आना चाहिए, present करते आना चाहिए. That is the most important key which is there, right? So that is something which we wanted to cover in this short session, right, for Reliance, right? Definitely, Nikhil, have tried to cover everything. Nothing to worry as such. If you are through with your resume, if you are confident enough, and if you are able to showcase that why you are interested to get into Reliance, and if your basics are clear, definitely you'll be able to get into the company. But still, if you guys have any more questions, right, definitely you can put it in the chat box or comment section. We'll be happy to answer it. There's one question which is there in techno commercial role. They mentioned 2 areas, 1 year each. Then final will be allocated after 2 year. What would be this 2 areas be? Any idea, Nikhil, on this?
Yeah, so basically what they're saying is, but they will be training you. Like that's the same way we have management trainee roles in other companies. They will be circulating you in different departments. So the same thing they will be doing to you also. So some techno people will be actually not doing the complete automation. They will be learning the process, all our process, and they will be helping the middle management after that. So basically, it is a good thing if you get the right impression in those 1 or 2 years, and you can get. Basically, there are multiple departments, right? There are taxation, there is auditing, internal audit, there is accounting, so you will get exposure of everything in
Achha,
technology.
got it. Achha, one more interesting question. Someone have asked कि how where do people switch after working in Reliance? मतलब Reliance छोड़ के लोग कहाँ जाते हैं? Any idea if
Okay.
you've seen your friends going?
So the team I am working in, they are mostly working for more than 10 or 15 years.
क्या
So that is the
बात
thing. But of course, like 2, 3 people have left, and they have actually joined some other, like I don't know, some other corporates, maybe ITC or Unilever, and for changing the process or the mood, I would say, to
right.
change the culture, to just other things. And some people are saying there is Jamnagar also vacancy, but that is very less. That is the plant location basically for Jamnagar. That is the plant location. If they are getting into internal audit or something, they will be having that.
Okay, Rakesh, no problem if you're watching recorded session. Which role they have offered in Jamnagar? ठीक है, I think you have already covered. Uh, whether multiple attempts have opportunity in Reliance? The answer is yes. This time they have also selected the candidates with multiple attempts, but थोड़ा सा वो package variant हो जाता है, right? Which is there, which is I think already mentioned. If you are part of a campus, must have seen the variety and the variation in the packages which is there. How much grilling is done based on resume? Manish is asking the same.
Lots on resume, they will be grilling you a lot. They will not spare you, but that
Okay,
depends on the panel.
got it. On for which plant location they are hiring? Any idea on the same? Nikhil bhai?
Jamnagar, Jamnagar.
Okay, got it. Hmm. If from firm one needs to switch to industry post 5 years, then which role Reliance can offer? Depending on your resume, I think आपने कौन से area में काम किया है? अगर start audit में किया है, तो I think any part of a finance you can move in. That is what I can understand the way you wanted to ask the questions. ठीक है. In FCNA role, also would there be a rotation between departments? Any idea on the same?
There will be, but that will not will be something like automated. You need to push through that. For Technorole, they have a complete plan for them that they will be posting in this department these candidates. But for you, there will be no such thing. You will be joining, suppose IDT on the first day, and then you need to push that if you don't like the department or you want to join something else. You need to push through. That is not something you can be automated.
Yes.
They
So
are
it's
not
it's
planned for
purely
you.
depending on how good terms you keep with your manager. There's also HR and
Right.
how's your performance rating and all the stuff. If they say that they will offer a job description after 2 weeks of a joining, what kind of role they might offer? As my interview is mostly about start audit. So mostly they must have asked you regarding Muskan is asking कि मेरे को articleship के regarding ही पूछा है, but they have not told me the role. So
Role, they are not confirmed about the role actually. If I would tell you, there are 160 people joining the company, and even the HR department is not confirmed that which company they will join.
acha. So there are multiple companies under which they are plotting the candidates, right? So
Yes, there are multiple companies.
okay, and the one which you're mentioning was a corporate office where all of the people are going to be
So
sitting.
basically, RCP is Reliance Group. There we
Hmm.
have everybody from petroleum, from hydrocarbons, retail, Agio, or any company you name. Every people is working there. Your domain email ID will be RIL. You will not be having a specific domain like for hydrocarbons. There will be different. That is not kind of that. You are a Reliance employee. You will be completely Reliance employee. Geo people are also sitting in the same office. Okay. So that is not something which is differentiated. This is the RCP, Reliance Group office, completely headquarters, Reliance headquarters.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Can I apply off campus also? The answer is yes. Right. Off campus
Yes.
also, Reliance is hiring aggressively. LinkedIn पे search करो, you'll be able to get it out. What is the growth opportunity in terms of money? For example, if I start entry here, I'm getting a pay approximately 11 lakh. How much I'll get after 7 to 8 years? Manish is asking. I love पैसे की
Very much
बात.
controversial depending on your ability. Okay, I have seen people who have increased their salary 100% in just 3 or 4 years, and I have seen people who are stuck at 5% increment every year. So there is a huge range that depends completely on you. I don't think so. That can be something which can be company identified.
Okay, got it. So off campus hiring अभी भी चालू है, एक बार try करके देख लो. I think but last date have gone, but still you can try. Uh, I've received an offer, but they've not confirmed the location. This is a doubt Yash is asking on YouTube.
Location will be RCP or Jamnagar. If you are going for plant location, costing and everything, then it will be Jamnagar. And if you're going for any role, FCND or Techno, it will be RCP.
But I
Or
think
it can
company
be
लोगों को नहीं बताया. Their company have not told कि what role they are going to be getting into.
नहीं रोल तो किसी को भी कंफर्म नहीं है रोल नहीं पता किसी को इफ दे आर सेइंग एफसीएंड इज वेरी ब्रॉड ना इट
Hmm.
इंक्लूड्स डीटी आईटीटी अकाउंटिंग एवरीथिंग
Yes.
so which department they will be getting they don't know.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. I think we have covered most of the questions, right? Last question, which is there. By what time we'll be getting the offer? By what time will we getting to know the role? मतलब ये रोल वगैरह क्या ज्वाइनिंग के बाद दे टेल और हाउ डज इट गो और वन
Yeah,
वीक
of course
बिफोर.
when you joining से पहले they will have a pre joining talk with your manager then you will
Okay,
be knowing that what will you know. Yeah, one
got
week
it,
before your joining there will be talk.
got it, got it, got it. Great. So great. I think we have covered everything, but still, if you guys have any more questions, right, definitely I want you to put it in the comment section, right? I'll try to answer it, or Nikhil is of course there to help you out anytime, right? So guys, those who are having their interviews, I wish you all the best, right? निखिल और हमारी तरफ से all the best आप सभी को. बढ़िया से प्रिपेयर कीजिए, फटाफट इन कंपनीज में जाइए and get the offer letters and give us a party. ठीक है, तो दैट इज व्हाट इट इज. और डेफिनेटली आप जाइए तो निखिल भी वहां पे आपको मिलेंगे इन रिलायंस, तो यू कैन डेफिनेटली कैच अप विद हिम. ठीक है. तो एक्सपेक्टेड डेट ऑफ ज्वाइनिंग तो हमें भी नहीं पता निखिल भाई, इफ यू नो
It
व्हाट इज इट.
depends on every किसी का आर्टिकलशिप अप्रैल में खत्म हो रही है they
आर्टिकल.
will get join in April if somebody can join from 1 March also that depends on you.
Yes, yes. Got it. So great, guys. All the best once again, right? And take care, study well, prepare well for interviews, and definitely please do check the links in the description so that you'll be able to get to know what all things you can use as a reference material to prepare well. Okay. Thanks, Nikhil. Bye bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Shivam. Thanks, candidates. Bye.